Here's your call. Does it matter what you think, your beliefs, if you foster? A report on why 3 Eastern European children were removed from foster parents because they're members of UKIP should have just hit the desk of the leader of Rotherham Borough Council. Over the weekend, the council's Director of Children's Services, Joyce Thacker, explained the decision.
These children are from EU migrant backgrounds. UKIP has very clear statements on ending multiculturalism, not having that going forward. And I have to think about how sensitive am I being to the needs of those children.
Well, Boris Johnson is one of those who's not impressed.
I think it's totally balmy, absolutely bonkers. I think the poor couple deserve to have their charges restored to them ASAP. I think the story is complete nonsense on stilts and political correctness gone round the bend.
When it comes to fostering, is it better to be safe than sorry? Should the beliefs of some people prevent them from looking after children, or is providing a safe and stable home the only thing that counts? Does it matter what you think if you foster? 0500 909 693. Right, we're going to come to you. We're going to come to Muslim commentator Mo Ansar in just a minute as well. Mo Ansar, hi Mo.
Morning, Nicky.
Mohammed, now why do you think there's some justification in this decision by the social services in Rotherham?
Yeah, I do. I really do. I mean, UKIP have made it a core component of their policies. I don't know if they have a technical manifesto, but they've made it a core component that they stand against what they term to be multiculturalism. And there have been some anecdotal evidence and some sort of news coming from certain MPs who have made, or MEPs who have made very strong comments about their stance on multiculturalism. And for any family who is looking to foster children from outside of the UK who have got specific needs, and this is what we're talking about, the needs of the child. We're putting the children at the heart of the issue. And these children, if they have specific needs around ethnicity or race or religion, then a family who have pretty squarely said, look, we're not in favour of multiculturalism, and I don't believe it can be done in the way that some of the callers have suggested in this tweet.
That's not a racist comment you are making.
Sorry, beg your pardon?
That's a racist comment you are making.
In what way is that a racist comment?
People are unable to look after children of colour over different religion. It's just completely and utterly untrue. It's you that have the racist comment.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, I'm a Muslim, and God forbid if something happened to me and my wife and there were none of our family around to look after my children, and you took them in, would you be able to teach them the Quran and the Hadith? Would you be able to teach them the elements of Islam? Would you be able to teach them how to pray and how to fast?
Well, because I'm not a Muslim, the answer to that question is no. But what I would be able to do would be to make contact with other people who were Muslims and ensure that they got that teaching if that was your wish. And I would do that because that was the wishes of the parents.
Okay, and you believe genuinely, firstly, that it's possible. It's just a case of simply making contact with other people who are then going to come in and raise every aspect of your child's upbringing. And secondly, if you were from the English Defence League...
It wouldn't be an ideal situation.
Wait. The other thing is, Mo, that if you're going to disqualify people from UKIP, you would be straying into those on the on a certain wing of the Conservative Party, the right wing of the Conservative Party, who would share their views as well.
We know this. I agree.
So are you disqualifying Tories from being fosterers as well?
No, absolutely
not. But they have. There's not a cigarette paper between the views of the Tory right and UKIP on many issues.
Well, no, there isn't.
Well, hang on, so are we knocking out Tories as well here, or what?
No, we're not. But we do hear about political tie-up with the Tories and the UKIP for not competing against each other on certain seats at the minute.
Mohammed Ansar, can Tories foster children?
Absolutely. I think the issue here is that I sit on a children and young people's
It's the same logic, Mo.
Well, no, it's not the same logic, because at the end of the day, you have to give the discretion to the head of children's services or the and I think it's that the lady who's made the decision is the strategic director for children's services, and she's made the decision on a case-by-case.
Oh, hang on a minute, let Mo finish.
Hold on. And now these decisions have to be made on a case-by-case basis, and the reason is this, that at that local authority, Rotherham are absolutely within their discretion to say that we've assessed these parents and we don't feel, for whatever reason, they are appropriate for raising these particular children. They haven't got a policy that says people affiliated with political parties. They haven't made a statement
on this, please.
They haven't made a statement saying certain people who are affiliated with certain political parties cannot adopt and cannot foster. They haven't said that.
That's exactly what they've done by their actions.
All right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring in John in Cumbria because he's a member of UKIP. Hello, John.
Hello there.
Oh no, that was John. I do beg your pardon. I mean, the thing is, Mo Ansar, this is it. People are either good foster parents and loving people with good hearts, or they're not. It doesn't matter what their views are, Mo. It doesn't matter whether they come from the right or the extreme left. Would you have concerns about somebody from the extreme left? Would you want George Galloway to foster your children? There we are. There's philosophy. It doesn't matter, Mo, does it?
I think I'm not sure that we can go to the extremes of the argument. I'm not sure that we can go to the extremes saying it completely doesn't matter, and then go to the other extremes where we say it completely does matter, and then we have to exclude certain people. What we have to allow, we have to put our faith in the system. Now, I understand the system is flawed because we've got disproportionate numbers of black and ethnic minority children. We know that local authorities in care, we know that local authorities and central government have failed over successive governments and over successive administrations over decades at reaching out to what we call hard-to-reach communities. So these are groups who have got who are to come with diverse backgrounds and who have got...
they need to come forward as fosterers, they need to come forward as adopters.
They do need to come forward as fosterers.
Let's go on, Mark.
The government and local authority have a responsibility also to invest and to reach out. They invest and reach out on other issues. But there's no denying that the government have been absolutely complacent and have fallen short in their responsibility to reach out.
Children's needs are actually very, very basic. They need to be loved, they need to be fed, emptied, watered, that kind of thing. And so whether it's a political view of the adoptive parents, assuming that they weren't taking these children along to rallies or meetings that,
or reading them the UKIP manifesto as a bedtime story.
Yes, that's right. Because we let Christian people foster, and in actual fact, then they are forcing their views on the foster children because invariably they will take them to church.
But not if they're anti-gay. Not if they're anti-gay.
Sorry?
We don't let Christian. There was a Christian couple recently who were not allowed to.
Good point.
Run their B&B. We had another Christian couple who were not allowed to foster children because they held views that they believed that
which were against the mainstream.
Was wrong.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So actually, no, we don't. This fallacy that's being created. That firstly, nobody has said, as far as I'm aware, not even the Prime Minister or anybody else, that UKIP is a racist party. What the local authority have said is that they don't believe the children's best interests are served by this family. Now, maybe they smoke too much, maybe they drink too much, maybe they've got slightly, I hate saying dodgy views, because we should have an open, society where we allow people to have different views. However, the local authority, we have to trust them to make the decision because they are the ones who have got the children's best interests at heart. And so making arguments on self-interest, saying, look, well, I stand for UKIP and I stand for Englishness and I stand for Britishness, and we have to also make a distinction. There must be a balancing test to be done between integrating and assimilating. And if we are going to say that all of these children that have come from overseas because of our foreign policy or because of conflicts or because from war zones,
Polish,
or people who are coming from... I appreciate these people are from Poland, but also people who come from Eastern Europe, the same applies, which is, are we going to force them down a funnel and to forcibly assimilate them into society, which say, you will behave a certain way, or do we need to invest a little bit into looking after their multicultural needs?
But as children, as young children, they don't have any multicultural needs. They have the needs of somewhere to feel safe.
Well, that's assimilation by stealth. That is saying that we don't respect the children's religious background or heritage or tradition.
No, I'm not saying that we don't respect it. I'm saying children do not need to even consider whether there's a religious background, whilst their basic needs, their needs for love and attention and acceptance are being dealt with.
I
don't think there are such things as Muslim children or Christian children, or they're just children. To
be said there's no such thing as Muslim children and Christian children, I think that is absolutely absurd. And the vast majority of people who come from a religious tradition, the vast majority of people who come from religious tradition, I'm sure, raise their children in that same religious tradition. And those children will, whether it's at 3 or 5 or 10, they will learn to pray, they will learn the scriptures, they will learn to pray.
I personally think that's wrong.
But this is what I'm talking about. You are coming from a self-interested position, a dissonant position, where you are saying, I have these... Well, not really, because I'm more interested in what is in the best interest for those kids.